Hello and welcome. It is the 12th day of March 2020, 2:17 p.m. Eastern Time as of the recording of this video. All bets, trades, and the like within each his own risk and their own reward. Day number 14, I think it is now, since we started this volatility. Back on February the 24th, or week number 3 is completing. I don't see this settling at least until the end of the next following week. We're going to be having a volatile session in these markets, I think, on Friday, and then into the next week as well. This is the most of interesting times. Of course, you're obviously familiar. Every sporting league is canceling seasons now and just suspending more than anything. But I'm not going to get into that. That's the obvious part. I'm going to go over the markets as well as a trading strategy, hedging strategy more than anything amongst the cryptocurrencies. So as far as the Dow Jones is concerned, the movement here on the monthly chart, just two large down months in a row. February down that of 10%, right now down 15%. For this month of March, back down to the lows, and here breaking down below, we'll be going to levels not seen since 2017. And then again, as you can see on the daily chart, just a lot of wild action on the short-term intraday. Huge little rally failing, and then we can see after the failure how it comes down to where it came from. At least this area where it did. It didn't. Well, actually, it did even. Well, not really. Sort of came back to it, but it comes down to here. And then just to get rejecting the vast majority of the intraday rally. And then we're seeing how from this bottom that this is a failure, leaving the 18 average of lows here last on the 1411 timestamp. And just over the last few minutes in here, you can see it's looking like it's going to continue to break down, probably come down to retest these lows. And I don't know how likely, especially as we move into tomorrow, it's going to be that those levels end up holding. As far as the precious metals are concerned, we'll start off with gold, and at this is 1 minute time frame. I don't care about that. On the daily chart, we got a down day right now, 2.75% down to 1589. Also coming back down these key levels, but the percentage moves are nothing really when considering what the global state of all these markets happen to be in play with. We got next to that of silver. It's in at 16 and 1596, but we'll just round it to 16. Breaking down this level of support, entering areas not seen since July. And even the same thing as far as its down movement. It's down 4.5%, and given the status of the markets. And overall, the move from this high, which is near but not quite 19, down to 16, that's a differential of $3. That's not even 15% net. So percentage-wise, considering the situation that's going on, I've talked about so much about putting 3 things in a safe for so many years, and you can't open it up. It's guaranteed to be locked for, say, 1,000 days or 1,500 days or something like that. You can put private keys with cryptos funded. You could put gold and silver, and you could put $20 and $100 bills in another one. And there's only one that I would be really confident with in a decent amount of time. And of course, that would be the precious metal side. As far as Bitcoin, its chart in at 6,112. I think that it's going to have another leg higher, and I might not happen. And I'm going to talk here about the strategy that I think it just seems like a pretty good strategy when you look at the math on it. But we'll get into that after we go through the Bitcoin chart analysis. Daily chart. Breaking down to this level of support, just a phenomenally large move down 23% against the US dollar. And I was wondering last night if it was going to, why at this point were we not having any of this sell-off? But we could just see it just kerplunk. A huge selling at 6 o'clock in the morning. On the 1 minute term time frame, this market started falling down. We could see here, it was already in a little bit of a downtrend, but 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning. But the majority of it starting at 6:30 in the morning. And oftentimes these things are starting at the top, more so the bottom of the hour, top of the hour rather. But this is exactly starting at the bottom of the hour, 6:30. Did it end at the top? Nope, 6:48. So continuation, just boom, 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 lots of selling. And then the volatility that comes right after, 59.76 rallying up to 69. and that's just how it goes. Now, for myself as a trader, the markets, I'm getting a lot of ratio trades coming through today because the general market volatility is just monstrous. And before we get into the strategy about hedging Bitcoin or whatever altcoins, let's talk about PivX, which I talked about yesterday. But before we do, what's on my mind? I mean, this could get serious. If Bitcoin survives, whether the bottom's now, whether the bottom's 5,000, 4,000, 3,000, 15,000, whatever, the thing is going to have extreme rallies thereafter. And that's, of course, if it survives and we manage to pass through this. Because with all of this going on, it's to be expected for this type of movement to be going on, at least so I would think. But yeah, on to PivX. It's down 12% against Bitcoin. And it's one of those nights I was glad I stayed up late last night. And PivX was mainly the big reason why. As we can see, just these wild moves. And on this is Bittrex. On Binance, it got up to 7,000 Satoshi in here, although I never sold into that number. On the hourly chart, you can see how it just continued to go up and until this, and boom, plonk. It's giving it all the rally back and quick. On the 1 minute term time frame, and I'm going to switch this exchange just to get the better data. As you can see there, even that doesn't look the greatest, but it looks, it's going to get, here's that move over 7,000, just a huge play. And this happened like 2 o'clock in the morning, as you can see. So and when you're in the spot here, in order to get the price at 65, you can't go to your hardware wallet and then send funds, because it takes a few minutes. 20 confirmations on Binance, so it takes about 10 minutes. But I did manage to sell a little bit this and then wake up and buy it back for what I'm trading it against. And you can just see the wild volatility of the move going from 47 to like 7,000 back down to like 36. Now it's at 4,000. Now let's bring up Bear, which is the Bear fund that is against Bitcoin, which is like an ETF, $45.60. They got them for Ripple, EOS, and a few other ones, and available on Binance. But I'm just thinking of this interesting strategy, and I'm going to go with my buy low, sell high, and it makes it really cool. Anyway, so this has gone up huge. We can see it's up 67% against the dollar. Now, we're going to show you just some of these. I mean, these percentage numbers are just big on here, but the bear shit fund, which is to go up. It's not up double. It's up 84%. It was up like 90 something before. But the bull one is down 73. If something goes up 100, the alternate should be down 50. These things are designed to lose. So keep that in mind. But with that being said, let's take a look at this on even, say, the 1 minute time frame. You see this going from 45 to 47. That's like whatever volatility in the middle. But even during this whole 6 o'clock time frame, this thing goes from 34 all the way up to 48. And intra-move within each minute, even this minute here, it's got a high of 45 and a low of 39. So there's a lot of trading mechanisms. I think for myself, I've bought in some of this, and this is how I'm going to play this from here on in. If this goes up, I'm going to have sell orders in when they're at great levels. And what's going to happen, unfortunately, is my balance of my cryptos are going to go down because Bitcoin's going to be going down. Now, normally what I could be doing, okay, why don't I buy some, because it's bear crossed with BUSD. And TUSD, whatever, say it's got more volume, but I just trust BUSD more than Tether. So with that being said, I could put a buy order here, I could put a buy order here, like I've talked about with my strategy. If you're familiar with it, there's a long series in the more information box, but you just put your buy orders lower, which would normally seem right, but no. Because what's going to happen is if this goes down to these levels, this is going to be because Bitcoin's going up. So why don't I just let Bitcoin go up, wait for that to be the case, and then you sell your Bitcoin or whatever currency it is you're using, or cryptocurrency, LITECOIN, whatever, when you're at that point. So if it goes down there, you buy more, and then you put your sell orders in. Maybe you're buying at 33, sell ordering at 40, or sell ordering at 45, or whatever volatility you're playing at, because there's a lot in this game. And if we have a severe move that's going to go down, this is going to go up pretty high. And you want to put, for me, I want to put in, that's your risk, your reward. I don't care what you do. I literally don't care. I care what I do, though. Risk reward management is always job number one. But put in the amount that if you lose everything, your Bitcoin's going to go way up. You don't give a shit. It's just going to be like, okay, that's fine. But if it does, and your balance goes down on this, your BUSD fund is going to be worth a lot more. Which, of course, you can later buy the Bitcoin, whatever, back and get it at a cheaper price at that and get more of the US dollars within it. So, to me, again, you're going to lose. The way I look at it is if I buy this and lose, okay, this goes way down because Bitcoin's, it's going to go way up. And it's just assuming, of course, hypothetically. Bitcoin goes way up and this goes way down. So now my portfolio is going to be, it's going to be fine because I got all these cryptocurrencies, and well, I could have made more by not doing this, but I'm happy with what I made. And then again, if this goes way up, that means, like I stated. And then, of course, this thing is designed to lose in the long-term time frame. But if I can pick away at different plays, meaning if I place a sell order here, and say I sell some at 58, and then it does go back down, I can buy it back here at like 40. Do stuff like that, just for fun. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.